Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. So it's not even 24 hours after the Milwaukee Bucks won the 2021 NBA championship, and it's that time again, man, for the trade rumors to start flying in big time, man. And we got one that quite a few people were tagging me in about Russell Westbrook to the Los Angeles Lakers, guys. Russell Westbrook to the Lakers, okay? I want to talk about this one. Typically, I would, cover a rumor like this over on the main channel, Crispy Flakes, but this is one that I felt like a reaction video was probably good enough. So, yeah, man, we got report. Oh, by the way, over on my main channel, Crispy Flakes, I will be doing a full Phoenix Suns rebuild. Getting them maybe a new point guard or something. I don't know if CP3 is coming back or not, so if you guys want to check that out, man, main channel, Crispy Flakes. But yes, we got report. The Lakers have discussed sign and trade with Dennis Scrotum, Kyle Kuzma, and THT for Russell Westbrook. And I'm going to say straight up, man, Laker Nation, you guys are finessers, bro. Like you guys are the best franchise at juicing up a player. I really mean that as a compliment. You guys know how to juice up a player and make everybody interested. And I'm talking mainly here about THT. I think Talen Horton is a great player. I think he's going to be a great player, I should say. I feel like we have not seen enough out of him yet, man, to be warranting, tossing his name into, trades for guys like Russell Westbrook, for, Bradley Beal, guys like that. I mean, if you're taking out Russell, Wizards fans, y'all might as well toss in Bradley Beal while you're at it too, right? But, the thing about this trade is just, I will say, because there's a whole bunch of players listed here that NBA Twitter and the community in general really roast, being Dennis, Kyle, and Russell. But straight up, man, it's an interesting trade. It's interesting. I will say that, yet again, Dennis, just like the mindset of him changed so much in a season. Being one season on the Lakers, he literally went from being near, I don't think did he win Sixth Man of the Year? I don't think he won. I think he got close. I think he was second place. I think it was Montrez that won or whatever. To all of a sudden, people are saying he's a scrub now, right, man? And Kyle Kuzma, had a really good start to his season or to his career. And as of late, it just feels like he doesn't fit in with the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, AD being power forward, LeBron being small forward. Then THT, I feel like if the Wizards were to bring him on, then he would need to be like they would need to get rid of Bradley Beal, plain and simple, because THT to me is a shooting guard. He can probably play some small forward, but he's mainly a shooting guard, right? And then for Russell Westbrook on the Lakers. So, yeah, I don't really know if there's any much more besides that. There's been talks about Washington Wizards star being a potential blah, 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 blah for Dennis, blah, 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 blah. Sources, Mark J. Spears of the Undefeated. So, yeah, real quick here, I did want to check out the stats of all these guys and just kind of talk about if I think it would actually work or not. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Do you feel like this trade makes sense? Or, are the Lakers giving up too much? Or are the Wizards, do you think they can get more for Russell Westbrook, man? Because, this previous season, Russell Westbrook, 22 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds per game, 3-point shot, actually above his career average for what it's worth at about 32%, so pretty solid. He didn't really have a bad season in my opinion, man. And if I'm being quite honest, him on the Lakers, to me it makes complete sense. But the only way it makes complete sense is if he's playing this 2018-2019 version. This is the season, that Paul George was on the team, and Paul George was playing a top 5 literal MVP candidate player. The reason I say this is because, this season, as you guys can see with the field goal percentage, I guess even this previous season, he pulled back shooting-wise at least. Not by a much. I mean, his career average is 19 shots per game, but a lot of that was playing with KD too, where, in theory, he took less shots. I guess he did technically, right? But even so, Russell, efficiency-wise, damn, I guess this Houston season, he was pretty solid. 47%? Yeah, let me switch it up. I want to say he got to play this 2019-2020 version, bro. That he was kind of a beast this year. Why did he get traded? I guess the assists and rebounds were down regardless, man. But, what I'm saying with Russell Westbrook is that the thing about him, if he can pull things back a little bit and play like an actual third option to AD and LeBron James, and the Lakers are in a good place, and then, if AD and LeBron James want to rest or whatever for a night, and, Russell wants to go full-on triple-double beast mode, that'll be great. I honestly think it makes a lot of sense. The only issue I have with it, obviously, is Russell Westbrook playing off-ball to LeBron James at times. I don't really know how that would work out. Probably not great, in my opinion, but him on the Lakers, it's not really a deep free agent class, and I would say in a lot of cases for teams to maybe as far as this offseason goes, don't get yourself into a predicament when you take on a bad contract or anything like that. As far as Russell's contract goes, I think he's got like 2 years left on it, something like that. If it's going to tell me, where are we at, man? Contract. So, yeah, it's through the 2022-2023 season with the player option, I believe it is right here. So, yeah, the thing about that, in a lot of cases, I would say don't take on a contract like that because the 2022 free agent class is absolutely stacked, and you want to save up your money for that, obviously, your cap space. But for the Lakers, I mean, LeBron's not getting younger, right? It's like they don't really have that pleasure to wait an extra season because at that point LeBron's getting way up there in age, right? So I mean Russell Westbrook I think is not bad, and all things considered, this is a pretty damn good trade for the team. Schroeder, they don't want to pay him the 84. I think he's actually looking for a $100 million contract. Kuzma, like I said, just doesn't really fit. He wasn't bad at times for the Lakers this season. Let me look him up here real quick here, man. Kyle Kuzma, kind of got to get that player insight for the Wizard fans too, right? Kuzma on the season, 13 points, 6 rebounds per game, efficiency about his career average, 36% from 3, so really not bad numbers. Actually started 32 games. Just yet again, he doesn't really fit the team. But as far as like fitting with the Wizards, I mean, even in that case, you look at what they already have. It's not the greatest fit because they do have Rui Hachimura that plays a lot of power forward. They got Davis Bertans out there, who, of course, has like an $80 million contract, so he's going to be playing a lot of minutes, too. You look at the small forward spot. I personally like Kuzma more at the 4 anyway, but at the 3 spot, they got like Denny Avila, and I don't really know who they're going to get via the draft. But, yeah, once again, I do think that Kuzma is just going to be like a guy on the team. He's not going to be like, I don't really think we're going to see him return to like this 2018-2019 version of him where he was about 19 points per game. But yeah, I guess also looking at Dennis Schroeder right here. I mean, he got hated on a lot for his playoff performance, which of course, he should have. But yet again, he started all 61 games. Damn, bro. I like him better as a bench player, to be honest. But if he's getting traded for Russell, then yeah, he's obviously going to be a starter because they're not going to start Ish Smith over him. I like Ish Smith, by the way. Or Raul Neto, I think. Is he still on the team? He might be on the Jazz. I don't know why I think he's on the Jazz. I don't know, man. But regardless, yeah, he's 27, going to be 28. So if 2 or 3, 4-year contract, I mean, realistically, he could be your starting point guard for a few seasons, especially going into a rebuild, and that would be okay. He would still put up good numbers, still a good veteran out there. I don't think the teams win the championship or nothing like that. They're definitely still going to be in rebuild mode. So not bad with that, especially, with Schroeder, what you would want to do, actually, is try to get his numbers back to this 2019-2020 time right here. Yeah, maybe for a season or two, and then once this contract has got like 1 or 2 seasons left on, then you can flip for some more assets, right? So I don't think that's a bad little look. Just really build up his confidence and stuff like that. Russell Westbrook's not really young enough that you can do that with him because he is I think Russell's 31, 32, something like that. So it's not too bad. I do kind of like Schroeder on the Washington Wizards. I think it makes sense. And then obviously though, the big piece here would be THT, Talen Horton Tucker, who's he's only 20, isn't he? And, yeah, this is what I'm talking about here, man. The Lakers have done such a good job of juicing up this kid and just making teams being hey, he's untouchable, making them sound like they got, some secret dude right here, which he very well could be, man. He has some really good moments for the Lakers in 2 seasons here, man. But this previous one, 9 points, 2, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game. He averaged a steal, which is pretty damn promising. Field goal percentage, 3-point shot, kind of trash, not going to lie, but it's only 2 attempts, so that's actually a very small sample size. Let's look at his per 36. So per 36 numbers, 16 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds per game, 28% from 3. I like how he attacks the basket and stuff. Dare I say, he could be shooting guard Russell Westbrook, right? Attacking the basket. Is that a good comparison? You guys let me know if you got a better comparison in the comment section below. Sometimes they got little comparisons on here, but I don't think he's got enough seasons under his belt to really have any big time comparisons, man. But yeah, it's a good trade. It is. It's an interesting trade. I don't know if it's a good trade. It's an interesting trade. The reason I say that is because Russell's trade value is just not what it used to be. He's really never been good. He was originally traded to the Houston Rockets for Chris Paul, which obviously Chris Paul was just in the finals. But at that time, Chris Paul was seen upon as injury prone and an inflated contract. Obviously not the case. And then he was traded for John Wall, who was out for 2 seasons. So yeah, I mean, THT, the big getter right here. Schroeder, a rebuild point guard, might be disrespectful to say that. And then even with Kuzma, He's a big time X factor. The trade where it's like he could just be garbage for the team, or he can end up being really good again. Who knows, man? So maybe a change this pace will be good for him, right? You guys give me your thoughts about this in the comment section below. That is all we have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.